Welcome to Homebuilding 101. Today we're going to be talking about how to build a pad.
What is your role at Skobel Homes?
I'm the supervisor. I help Barry out when he needs me and make sure the subs are doing what they're supposed to be doing, when they're supposed to be doing it, and get with the homeowners when they have a problem and help sort those issues out.
And what kind of training did you have for this job?
Many years of on-the-job training. My father and my brother were in the construction industry.
Why do you need to build a pad?
Why do we need to build a pad? We need to have a solid surface to place the house on. And right now you see a couple mounds of archer fill. This dirt has all the same consistency. That way when he's going to spread it, he's going to roll it and compact it. That way when the house settles over time, it'll settle evenly.
Why do you need to bring trucks of dirt? Why can't you use the dirt that's on the ground?
This dirt is inconsistent. It has organic matter in it, roots, rocks. This is nice, clean fill dirt, and it's able to be compacted to a certain density that's required by the engineers, and that's why we use it.
Where does the dirt come from?
Archer fill. There's a landfill out towards the west, and they dig down to the ground until they get to the clean earth, and that's what they bring out. And like I said, this has a certain density that we can get to that we need, and we use that, and you'll see he'll use that roller later on to roll this in lifts every 2 feet to compact it, and then when we get to the right density, you'll be ready to start forming up.
How do you know where to put the dirt?
Well, you can see the stakes. That's the rough outline of the house, and we fill that in and let it overflow a little bit so we have extra material, and that way we have enough to build the house pad on.
And the stakes, those were put in, we met the surveyor, Terry, the other day. Did she put in this?
No, Barry and myself, we marked this off, again, the rough outline of the house, and that'll let Calvin know where to place the dirt.
Based upon the corners
Correct.
that Terry put in earlier in the week?
Right. Terry, they marked off the corners of the lot and the corner of the house in the house envelope. And then we'll measure off of those pins to get the indentions in the house.
It's the actual outline of the
Correct.
house. And why do you have to build the dirt up high?
Well, we need to make sure we have the house raised up enough so we have enough elevation to allow the water to flow away from the house. And again, so you want water to roll away from your house, not back into your house when it rains.
And I see that you're marking with a marker and a level the stakes. Is that how you know how high to build it so it's even?
Right. Right now you see Calvin, he's marking all the stakes. You see the blue ribbons. That's going to be where the sand level is brought to. And then when we pour the slab, it'll be another 4 inches on top of that.
So what happens if it rains or someone comes and runs through the dirt after you've got it all laid out nicely?
If it puts too deep of a mark in the ground, we'll have to fill it back in and roll it again and compact it. But usually that's not a problem.
What types of tools are used for building the pad?
The pad, what you see right there, he's got a bulldozer, he's got a roller, and as you saw before, the dump trucks came in and are delivering the sand.
And do you have to use like a measuring stick or like a yardstick, or are there more advanced tools to figure out the height and levels?
Well, if you look over here, you can see he's got a laser level, and that's what he's shooting the grade with, where he put all his marks on the stakes over here. A laser comes out level. He's got a surveyor's stick. He's got a reflector on there, and it'll make a beeping noise when he hits the right level, and he'll put his mark on each individual stake.
So an actual laser comes out of there and it knows the height.
Right. It's
That's
not
pretty
visible to
cool.
us, but the receiver will detect it, and you hear a sound.
Anything else interesting about building a pad or about the process that we should know about?
Well, sometimes when they use that roller, it vibrates, and if you're close to another house, the neighbors might complain because it's going to shake their china.
You mentioned something about compacting the dirt. Now, isn't there like a special test, a density test where they shoot a laser?
Another company will come out here, Geotech, and they have different equipment where they can actually drive a physical stake into the compacted dirt and get a density that way. And they also use sound waves from a different machine, and they can tell how dense the dirt is that way as well.
And that needs to be done before the concrete is poured?
Correct. Before they pour the concrete, they need to make sure they check the density and make sure that's compacted to the proper density. Again, you don't want any loose areas. You want it compacted so when the house settles, it settles evenly.
All right, great.